Online, KZOZ.com.
It's another good song about the rain. I actually like this Phil Collins song.
Phil Collins is the man. Come on.
This is his best song.
This is one of his best
Better
songs.
than In the Air Tonight.
This is pretty
underrated.
This is pretty good.
Very underrated.
I got a chance yesterday. We reached out to Dave Hovde to see if he could talk to us a little about this storm.
What's your favorite song about the rain, Dave?
He joins us now.
Well, I don't know. You guys have identified Phil Collins, of course, a genius. So, yeah, this is a good one.
But what's your favorite rain song?
What about Milli Vanilli, Blame It on the Rain?
No, I can't do that one.
Okay.
I gotta call foul on that. No, Milli Vanilli. What's up with those guys?
They're no longer have a career.
That was
That's what's up with them.
You know, which one's still going? Is it Milli or Vanilli?
I think it's.
One of them died.
I think Milli died. I think Vanilla. Whatever.
Yeah, so that you can't
Rob
identify
died.
that as your rain song. You know, Singing in the Rain is too old, and although I didn't, I didn't realize he had Phil Collins on tap there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's deep. That's a deep rain cut.
Yeah,
Man,
really is.
I'm from Minnesota. I could go with Purple Rain.
Oh God, yeah, you have to if you're from. That's right. I forgot you're from the upper
there you
Midwest.
go. That's good.
But Prince is probably a god.
Yeah, and you can't make fun of Prince now either. I guess we've
And a best
covered all
halftime,
that dark stuff.
best halftime show in the history of Super Bowls was the Prince.
Yeah, and what a
Prince one.
shame he wasn't around for this year in Minnesota.
So, I mean, obviously, today's a serious weather event. We're going to get to in a second, but you're
Right.
from Minnesota, you say, huh? So, I mean, we grew up in the Northwest, so, rain like this is just every day. I mean, I remember growing up, we would go 3-4 months without ever seeing blue sky
But
or
it
sunshine.
never was like this. Never where we get like 3 inches in a day.
That's true.
That's true.
It's
Like,
intense here.
My brother lives in Seattle, and that kind of rainfall is just kind of annoying. When the
Yes.
forecasters there say you'll have sunny breaks, and you're trying to think like, okay, how much of my fun part of my day can I squeeze into 35 minutes between 10:15 and 10:48?
And that's exactly how it is. You're like, wait, I see here there's about a 15-minute window where I could go ahead and walk down the street if I need to. Because if you live in the city, you're dealing with rain all the time. Rain
Well, the
boots.
thing is, and they deal with it like it's no deal at all. Like, everybody there rides bikes and all that stuff, and no one stops. Everybody's outside.
Yeah, many
Here,
times.
when we get like a tenth of an inch of rain, everybody stays inside. It's like, I need an absolute guarantee it's not going to rain today at all because I'm scared.
Full disclosure, I never used an umbrella growing up. Ever.
Really?
Ever used an umbrella.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It was just you put on a hood and deal with it.
Yeah, we ran. We played sports in the rain. We did everything. We went out to recess in the rain as kids. I mean, it was just a part of our life when you grew up there. Here, obviously, it's a much different place.
You guys have a grip on your man card. Very good.
No,
Very
it's just
good.
a Seattle card, though. It's a thing. Not many people use umbrellas. It's just really weird.
Are you guys going to be okay without Richard Sherman? I mean, this is a big deal
I'm
for
devastated. Don't even bring it up.
Yeah, it's not great, but I mean, you move on. I
He's
mean,
my favorite Seahawks. So.
Do you move on? I don't know. This could be a tough year. That's a tough division.
Oh, it's going to be a tough several years, like 3 years. It's going to be awful for there to be. I'm actually going to be a 49ers fan for the next 2 years.
Jeremy's
no,
a
you
bandwagon guy.
cannot do that.
Bandwagon.
No, you can't do
guy.
that.
I'll tell you one thing I'll never be is a Packers fan. I'll never be a Packers fan because I have too many friends that are Packers fans that live here, and I have no idea why because they're not from there.
No one can figure it out. No one can figure it out because everybody's like, oh, my uncle's cousin's friend had a daughter, and she visited Wisconsin once. That makes me a Packer fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is – everybody has a lame story like that. If you are from Wisconsin, you get, that's fine. But no, we cannot account for as many Packer fans as there are. It's like dark matter in the universe. Can't see it, don't know why, but it does something. So,
Dave, it seems like people are questioning the severity of this storm as we move through the morning because they're like, "Oh, it's still not here, it's still not here, it's still not here," or it's not as heavy as it has been.
Even though it has been raining for the last 3 hours.
I understand that it has been raining pretty hard, but still,
Right.
do you think? I mean, what's the situation down in Santa Barbara? Last you heard.
okay, so here's the thing about the storm system, and I don't know why people aren't getting it. I think because they get their forecasts with icons. So you see an icon on Tuesday rain, on Wednesday rain, or Thursday rain. So the storm starts and it's fairly light stuff, and people are like, "See, guy blew the forecast. It's not flooding yet." Well, flooding is cumulative. So I'm looking at the rainfall totals right now. And across Santa Barbara County, we issued an aerial flood watch, which is non-burn areas are starting to flood in Santa Barbara County, and the rain rates are exceeding a half an inch of rain per hour and lasting for an hour. So we're already seeing some areas that are getting up to inch and a half of rain. The forecast is 2 to 6, and the peak part of this storm that has been in the forecast since the moment this thing started is this afternoon into Thursday morning. The peak part of the storm is not even here yet.
Look at that A train coming in.
Yeah, Jeremy's showing me the satellite right now.
This is an atmospheric river event. These kind of events tend to pulse in terms of intensity, so you'll get some rain and then it'll stop. Like last night, I sat at work until almost 2 o'clock in the morning through one of these lulls, drove back up here at home, got the radar out on the computer, and I could see that next wave. So, folks in San Luis Obispo County are not going to see the same impact as Santa Barbara County. That's another thing. So a lot of folks in San Luis, Paso Robles, and places are saying, what's this big deal with the storm? Some folks are not going to even see an inch and a half with this storm system in parts of San Luis Obispo County. But Santa Barbara County still has that potential to get drilled. I've just been up this morning looking at a few things, and it's still all there. I would expect that when we're done, we'll see a lot of areas with 3+ inches of rainfall. Will we see 10 up in the mountains, this high side? We call it orographic enhancement, but when the rain runs straight into the mountain, then it goes up and you get higher condensation at higher altitudes. Will we see that? Let me tell you, when you issue a 10-inch rain forecast, you're talking way out there. That's a very tough number to hit with a storm. Like, a lot of things need to work out just right. And I'd have to say, looking at what I'm looking at, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. But I'm just looking at some of the numbers here. Napomo's got 1.5 inches of rain. AG's got 1.25 inches of rain this morning. Cambria's got 1.25 inches of rain. It doesn't have to go very far from now just to get that range we were talking about at 2. And it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning, guys.
And I'm looking at your KSBY weather app, and I'm looking at the satellite for the future, and it looks about 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you zoom out, you just see this freight train coming from the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
And it's red, and it's yellow, and it's orange. And okay, so that's what you're looking at right there. That's what you're calling this atmospheric river.
Yeah, and what that is, and people have heard the term Pineapple Express. This is subtropical air, and it's basically like a 1,000-mile long cloud, but it's only about 200 miles wide. So where it focuses its axis, where it hits, and if that whole cloud runs over you, you get this train, and train is a great word that you were using there. It just doesn't stop coming. And we have been sort of in this plume only for about not even quite 24 hours yet. And we have a still full 24 hours plus to go. At this time tomorrow morning, we'll be seeing maybe the back end of the system. So, if you just look at, we're only not even halfway done with the storm, and we're already up to 1.5 inches of rain. This is not a forecast bust. I know everybody likes to sit at home, and everybody's assumption is we have no idea what we're doing. But
this time
we have some idea what we're doing.
Hey, did you ever think about not going with your real name and going with like a meteorologist name?
I blew that.
Yeah, you did.
Totally blew that because when I started doing this, I was in North Dakota. I was the weatherman in Fargo, North Dakota, and my last name is Hovde. It's so Norwegian. Why wouldn't you go with that?
Yeah.
But if I knew I was going to be in California, and I have been the weatherman at KSBY 15 years, and I was 3 years in Bakersfield. If I knew I was going to be here this long, absolutely.
What would it have been?
Stormquake Johnson, or I don't know. Anything would work.
Are you cool with letting everybody? Because I found a name generator. Have you ever seen the one in Farmer's Almanac?
Oh no.
Okay,
no,
so
give me one.
What you do now? I don't know if you're comfortable with everybody knowing your middle name, though.
That's fine. No problem.
What is your middle name?
John.
John.
John, yes.
Okay, John. So what you do is you take your middle name, and then they have a key in which they sign your last name with a certain condition. So for like Jeremy's last name's West, yours would be Weather, Jeremy. My last name's Kingman. It would be Thunder. Yours is Hovde, and it's Hale. So you would be John Hale, which is very, very like secret agent sounding. I'm John Hale.
Yeah. Author. You get author spy books under that name for sure.
I'm going to put this link up over at our Facebook and on our over at kzoz.com so people can figure out their own meteorologist name. Don't feel bad about missing the boat. At least people can take you at face value knowing that you're using your real name, right?
Yeah. Or if I made it up, wow, what an odd choice.
This guy sucks at making up names.
Hey, next time, we got to
He
talk.
makes bad decisions literally all the time.
Good morning.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.